Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. To all our listeners, all our viewers, good afternoon, good evening. You're tuned into ReviveFM 94.0, where the heart of the community beats. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our socials, especially our Facebook, YouTube, and we've got a new TikTok account. We've finally come into the 21st century. We've got a TikTok account as well. So we would really appreciate you guys that are listening in to join in with our socials as well. My name is Umar, and I am the host for your show today. A very, very exclusive and important show. I'm really looking forward to the guests that we have on board today. And just a brief for the people that are listening in. This is in regards to a fantastic project that ReviveFM has started in collaboration with some of the participants that are here today as well, and we'll be speaking about Hijab Ballers. I'd just like to lay the foundations regarding Hijab Ballers before I get my guests in. This was an idea that came into being last year. We had a young girl that joined our radio station on work experience, and she so I was getting her to do other tasks. So, sister, do you want to do a bit of admin for me? Do you want to do this for me? Why don't you go through our photos? And she just looked bored. She looked defeated every time she'd come in every morning. So one day I spoke to her, I go, what's your interest? And honestly, the amount of ball knowledge that she had, so I go to her, like, okay, so you like football? So I'm thinking, okay, she's probably just say the random stuff. And then she's telling me she's a defensive midfielder and she likes playing like Pogba and stuff like that. And I was amazed. Sadly, she said that she didn't have any kind of opportunity to play football in this borough in Newham, and that was the seed that was planted last Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, we did our work in the background, and we've started a fantastic initiative called Hijab Ballers. It's been running since the beginning of this year. We've obviously broken for Ramadan. We've got on your left and on your right 2 participants, and we've got our coach as well. So I've done enough talking for now. If I could get the coach in the middle to introduce yourselves, and then we'll come to the 2 young participants as well. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. My name is Nur Jahan, and I am a coach, football coach, and I also coach other sports as well. My liaison with the sports side is I work with Muslimah Sports Association, and they've been the forefront of women coaching in the borough, especially in Redbridge.
Fantastic. And if I start on the left, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Dura Jana Khan, and I'm 15 years old. I've always had an interest in football since a young age.
And why is that? I'm gonna come to yourself. Why is that?
I feel like I've always been sporty since a young age. I've always used to do some activities, like lots of sporty activities like basketball, badminton, football. So I thought after COVID and stuff, I stopped most of the stuff. And when this opportunity came, I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to join.
Fantastic. And last but not least, please introduce yourself.
My name is Samara, and I have ideas around being the best version of yourself and always putting yourself first. So when I heard about the Hijab Ballers, it was a perfect opportunity to create like hijabi friends and get my body moving and just get a better me.
Fantastic. It is a brilliant project. We've got a lot of interest, but I just want to roll it back. Sister Nur Jahan, what got you into sports? It's not in our community. It's not very common. So if you just lay the foundations for us and let us know, were you sporty when you like full disclosure? This is Sumaya, which is Sister Nur Jahan's daughter. Were you like your daughter in the sense that you were sporty when you were younger? And then what evolved for you to actually become a coach?
So sports takes me back to primary school. Yeah, so this was in the 90s. I was
Okay.
always very, very
And do you want to give a
sporty.
shout out to the primary school?
So William Borough Primary School in Salmon Lane. It was where I just grew to love sports. I was very, very like confident in it. I always used to participate in it. And when PE session used to happen, I used to be like the one that was on it, like just having a go at it. So obviously that developed into secondary school. I went to Sir John Cass in Stepney. And again, although I was wearing hijab, I still participated in sports in secondary school. So again, I was like the captain. I just love sports, so it just carried on. And what I did is I even took it into GCSE, where I did GCSE PE, and I obviously looked into it after I left school. And then there was so many summer programs where there was like sports leading happening. And then there was summer school happening where they did the CSLA, which is the Community Sports Leaders Award. So I did that for a week, and that just got the ball rolling in the coaching. So that summer, straight away, I got a job as a sports leader, and it just carried on from there. So I did sports. I worked at a sports centre. I worked as a sports leader. I did coaching. I even worked with Tower Hamlet Sports Development Team. So sports was always around me. So I felt like because I wanted it, I went out and seeked it, kind of thing. So I didn't just stay behind closed doors and just waited for the opportunity to happen. I went and grabbed the opportunity. So that's what I would say to anybody else that's looking for sports. Go and look for things that's happening in your local area. There are so many like really great, what do you call it? Like so many things happening, great initiatives like MSA, for example, Muslimah Sports Association. They are doing so much for the women, Muslim women in our community. So it's really, really important that you look for what you want to do.
Fantastic. Just rolling off that, it is an anomaly being so engrossed in sports in your young age. Were your parents supportive in that regard, or were they like, no, you need to become a nurse or you need to work somewhere, which is typical?
Yeah, so basically my dad, I remember him, he would watch every type of sport there was on telly, and I just joined him. That's how I got to know more about sports. And he actually like told me the rules of cricket, for example, or like if we watch football, we were just so engrossed in it. So I feel like because my dad was watching it, I got into it, and became really competitive. And then what happened is I don't think my mum was so into it. So she was in the background doing her own thing. So I don't feel like they said no or yes to anything. They just kind of let me get on with the things that I enjoyed, which I thought was really important. This is how I think I got more involved in sports, because there wasn't any like rules for me.
Would you classify yourself as a typical tomboy then when you were growing up?
I wouldn't say that, but I was really into sports. I was still very girl-like, but I still loved my sports above everything. So that was
okay.
that.
So ladies on either side. So if you want to come in, again, I say things have, alhamdulillah, evolved a lot. But again, having our own young girls participating in sports is not the norm. It's still an anomaly in that sense. So what's the passion, or how did you guys get into it, number one? And do you see yourself actually sustaining that, or do you think it's going to be something that's just a phase, and then once you grow older and then studies and other things come into it, that it might not be something long term?
I first started playing football, I think, because of my friends around me, and I had it influenced because of my friends. But since a young age, I loved watching it with my uncles. And
which team do you support?
Arsenal.
Oh my God, we're gonna have issues.
Yeah, and also over time, since I also was in the girls' football team in year 7, but then I feel like I just kind of grew out of it. But then when this opportunity came again, I thought it'd be a nice idea, because this opportunity came through my mosque. So a lot of my friends in my mosque were doing it, so I thought, oh, okay, I'd like to join with them. And yeah, I had an amazing time.
Fantastic. And Sumaya, like, do you think the opportunities are there a lot more now? Obviously, I think the England women's football are doing amazing. They've got a lot of coverage in the last couple of years. Do you think that's really pushed it, that girls should get more involved?
Yeah, I do believe that girls should be more involved in sports and associations happening around them because, like, it's still, as you said, an anomaly. People, like, all the sports associations around are just mostly men and boys. Like, it's, yeah. So I'm glad that Hijab Ballers came out because, like Dua Jannat, I used to be in the football team in year 7, and then it was quite good. Like, they had the West Ham coaches in, so it was good in that sense. But then I just kind of grew out of it, and then I went into basketball. I still do enjoy basketball now. I just enjoy how sports makes me feel after, and the impact it has on me.
Fantastic. And do you think there is enough opportunities for young girls like yourselves in Newham, or do you think that there should be more opportunities given? So like this project that started, Hijabi Ballers, do you think that there should be more opportunities, maybe like in basketball? I think a couple of parents have said to me, you should do horse riding. I'm like, there are no horses nearby. There's no horses nearby, unfortunately. But do you think that there should be more sporting opportunities available?
I do think there should be more sports associations and opportunities for girls, especially Muslim girls, because I feel like people go to the idea that Muslim girls are not very sporty or into that kind of stuff. We are, so yeah.
So do you think that's the case as well, that there is this kind of perception that the Muslim girls aren't really into their sports, or they can do without, which isn't true, obviously?
Hijabi girls as well, because like there are girls that are Muslim, they're really sporty. Also, I do think there are lots of opportunities, but I don't think they're like advertised as much as like Hijabi Ballers was. Yeah.
Fantastic. And if I come back to the coach, obviously this initiative, it's been running for the best part of 3-4 months now. We've had a lot of positive feedback, but do you want to give us a little flavor on what happens in these sessions that run every Thursday?
So we get the girls, we go into the main hall, which is at present at the school that's been provided, and we do a warm-up, we do some drills, and then we get into games. So the game part the girls love, as usual. They just love. Do they
not like stretching like the boys as well?
They want to do quick stretches, quick drills, and that's it. They want to get into a game. They're quite like eager to get into a game, so we do kind of get the game into it quite quickly, and then we finish off with the end result. If there's 2 games happening, they'll either play each other. If there's 4 games happening, they'll play the winners, etc. It just depends how many participants we have.
And how competitive does it get?
It gets really competitive.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say if there's fights, but in the sense that are they very competitive in terms of not scoring goals, not conceding goals? Is it just generally just pushing each other to the maximum to ensure that they don't lose?
Yeah, they want to win. So you can see their faces drop as soon as the other person has scored. So you can see that competitiveness. And then they want to play as a team as well, which is really good. And what's happened with the over the weeks that we were doing the Hijab Ballers is they've become friends, which is really nice.
Fantastic.
And they've got to know each other better.
Similar interests.
Yeah. And the last session we had, they were actually like fooling around, joking around, because they got to know each other. They kind of gelled at the end of it, so which was really nice to see.
So, ladies, it's not just about competing and just participating. You're going in there to win, I'm assuming.
But we also come up with like a community in the sense that we've been spending so much time together that we've just bonded and gotten comfortable with each other.
Yeah, I remember the first session was like so awkward, and like everyone was like just getting to know each other. But at the last session, everyone was like joking around, and like we all had a good time.
Fantastic. So guys, we're going to go on a short break. Keep it locked. There's a lot of people watching online as well, which is wonderful. Please do comment if you have anything to say to our participants and our coach. We're lucky enough that we've got our second coach who's joined us as well, and she'll be joining us after the break. So please do keep it locked, and we will see you briefly after these short messages.
अंकल जी आंटी जी भैया और बहन दिल और खून की बीमारियां किसी में भी फर्क नहीं करती
ऐसे लोग जिनको पीने का साफ और महफूज पानी मुयस्सर नहीं, रोजमर्रा के इस्तेमाल के साथ साथ पीने के लिए इन्हें आलूदा पानी पर इन्हिसार करना पड़ता है, जिसकी वजह से बच्चे या बड़े सब मुख्तलिफ बीमारियों का शिकार हो जाते हैं, जो अक्सर जानलेवा साबित होती हैं। इस रमजान मुबारक मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन की वाटर फॉर ऑल अपील का हिस्सा बनिए। आप सिर्फ 180 पाउंड से एक छोटा हैंडपंप नस्ब कर सकते हैं, जो 15 खानदानों को साफ पानी उनकी दहलीज पर मुहैया करते हैं। नस्ब शुदा हैंडपंप की रिपोर्ट और दीगर तफसीलात डोनर को मुहैया कर दी जाती है, ताकि वो जान सके कि उनकी अमानत हकदारों तक मुहैया कर दी गई है। मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन को अपनी ज़कात, सदका या खैराती अतियात देने के लिए अपने मकामी MWF ऑफिस 12 कार रोड, नेल्सन, BB9 7JS तशरीफ लाएं। हमें 01282 723 455 पर कॉल करें या हमारी वेबसाइट www.minhajwelfare.org पर देखें। ताज़ा तरीन वीडियोस और अपडेट्स के लिए फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर पर जुड़े रहें।
में तशखीस कर लिया जाए तो 98% खवातीन 5 साल या उससे ज्यादा अरसे तक जिंदा रह सकती हैं। ब्रेस्ट स्क्रीनिंग कैंसर को बहुत पहले डिटेक्ट कर सकती है, जब आप उसे महसूस भी नहीं कर सकती, और अक्सर ये होता है कि ज़हनी तौर पर आप मुतमिन हो जाती हैं। अगर आप खातून हैं और GP के साथ रजिस्टर हैं तो NHS हर 3 साल बाद 50 से 71 साल की उम्र के दरमियान मुफ्त ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के लिए आपको दावत देगा। तो जब आपको दावत मिले तारीख याद रखें, ये आपकी जान बचा सकती है। मजीद मालूमात के लिए NHS ब्रेस्ट स्क्रीनिंग पर सर्च कीजिए।
When you send money to your family for Ramadan, send it with Remitly. Because our great rates and low fees mean that more money makes it to your loved ones. Millions of people trust Remitly to send money to Pakistan, Bangladesh and many more countries worldwide. Ramadan Kareem from Remitly, wishing you a peaceful time. Download the Remitly app. Remitly UK Limited is authorized and regulated by the FCA.
Minhaj School of Islamic Sciences provides quality Islamic education for children aged between 5 and 15 years old. As well as teaching classical Islam including Tajweed, Fiqh, Seerah and Aqidah, we endeavour to equip children with essential Islamic manners, morals and values. Here at MSIS, our experienced teachers create an inspirational learning.
ReviveFM
94.0 on the radio,
on your mobile
and online.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's a pleasure to have our other coach, Coach Shumaila. She's joined us. Number one, obviously, welcome to yourselves. Welcome to all our viewers and our listeners watching and listening in. I started with Sister Noorjahan with the first question, so I'll throw that same question to yourself. It's even today, so we're not talking about the previous generation, even today, a young Muslim sister being involved in sports is seen as an anomaly rather than the norm. So in previous generations where it was less so the norm, what inspired you to get involved in sports and then bring you to a level where you're now coaching the next generation?
So I grew up with 2 older brothers and they were into sports naturally. And I was always one of those kids who wanted to do, I always thought I could do whatever my brothers could do.
So it's competition again. The sisters are very competitive, mashallah.
So my parents, they didn't ever stop me from doing anything like, that was reasonable. And in school, in primary school, I used to be in all the teams, every sports team. So I remember clearly cricket, football was in, mostly rounders, and I was in all the teams, but they were all mixed. Then I went to a girls only school, except for secondary. And in secondary school, I noticed that none of the girls wanted to play anything. I think I was...
Okay, why? Sorry to cut in. Why do you think that is? And because I think that's the perception even today for some reason, which maybe is not true, but there is still that perception.
So there were a few girls. I think I'd say just a few girls in the whole year who were into playing sports.
Me personally, my close friends, I was the only one who wanted to play sports, and they were the ones who used to leave the PE kits at home, and I was the one who always wanted to play PE, be involved in PE and being on the team. I'll be honest with you, over the years, over those 5 years, slowly, I didn't have anyone to play with or, get involved with me. So I do admit I also kind of slowly came out of playing. And then obviously life takes over, studies, marriage, kids.
Of course.
And yes, I'm not quite sure why, but I believe it's just especially in a Muslim area where a lot of parents don't, even now, I find a lot of girls' parents don't want them to play sports because they feel like it's not normal for a girl to play sports. It's not something that a girl should be seen doing. So that's where I think a lot of girls just leave it and then hold back, or they're restricted, or it could be, they don't feel comfortable wearing the gear, or there's so many different things that could be factors. But so once I had finished school and then marriage and kids, I did still do whatever I could do with my children, with my family, with my sister. We'd go to the park, we'd play, pick a ball about. If there's any activities that we could do, we used to do anything. And during the holidays, I did book a lot of different activities and things I did with my children that were not things you wouldn't see a normal, Muslim lady going and doing it. But I was there, climbing and all sorts. And then back in 2018, my sister was on Facebook and she found MSA.
Muslimah Sports Association.
Muslimah Sports Association, and they had a football running in Redbridge. And she told me, and I was like, "Wow, football's so close to us!" Literally, that was my reaction. So I said to her, "Let's book it. Let's go." So me and my sister, we joined in 2018 football in Redbridge, and we started playing with them, and it was the best. It was. I used to get a buzz out of going there. The feeling was amazing. So I played for I'm still there. I'm coaching there now. So I was playing there for a few years, and then our coach who was coaching us, she had to move forward with her career in football coaching. So during COVID time, I did the course, qualified because I was interested, and I became the coach. And it's just not only just playing, but coaching and seeing ladies and girls who have that passion or want to play, and then they get a comfortable space provided in our area to do something like this. It's just really amazing.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I'll move on to the participants. Dua, so what position do you play? Are you a striker? Are you a midfielder? Are you a defender?
Midfielder, defender.
Okay, so you're a defensive-minded player. Okay. And Sumaya, yourself? You're a defense, so you're both solid defenders. You're not letting anyone get past. I think that's where the competitive nature comes in as well. Then.
I can't play in the middle because then I'll just end up like smashing into people because I'm very fierce. I like go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. The other day, we had a drill and then we like clashed into each other and then we went flying in like opposite directions. So yeah, I stay away from people.
So you're a bit gun ho. You see the ball and you go red and you go get that tackle in. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Do you guys like watch football as well? You're not really a watcher of the game. You're more of a player of the game.
All I know is I support Man United. Don't know who they are.
That's the game. They're doing absolutely rubbish right now. Is it because of yourself that they're doing so rubbish because you support them?
No.
Okay, so you're not really into watching, but you're more about the physical side, playing and getting that exercise in. And yourself, you're an Arsenal fan. Is that because of the family, or is that your own? So you just got roped into it. You've got no choice. You had to support. So I'm guessing Saka is your favorite player then. Yeah, that's fun. You've not got any kind of players. You don't even watch like the big tournaments or anything like that. I'm not at all.
Once me and my mom got invited to I don't know what it was, but it was a women's football game. I think it was Chelsea and like something else. But yeah, it was really nice to watch it. Like we had a big stadium. It made me sunda. And then we were just watching it, and it was quite cool, I would admit. So.
Fantastic. And in terms of obviously the sessions that we're doing with Hijab Ballers, I think we had a couple of sessions outdoor, and then a majority of them been indoor because it was the winter, wary of people not getting too cold. As we obviously now transition into the summer or spring and then the summer months, you're going to be obviously playing outdoor. What's the difference between indoor and outdoor? Because every single week the coaches is on my case. I'm like, I've booked the indoor, but they want to play outside. So what's the difference?
The biggest difference ever. The vibes, the feeling. Okay, when you're inside, we're just stuck in the sports hall and it gets hot and stuffy and nobody can breathe. And then when we're outside, it's nice, it's dark outside, right? Then it's lit up, and then the wind is gushing in your face as you're nice and hot and running. Oh, the best feeling ever. Amazing.
Alhamdulillah. So it's the aesthetics, and obviously it's not too hot in there as well, it's outdoors, so would it be? What about yourself? What's the preference?
Yeah, I like playing outdoors better because I feel like when you're inside, it doesn't really feel like you're playing football, because when you're outside, it feels like you're in the stadium, like you're actually like in the moment and you want to play, and like it makes you feel like you want to do better, and like you actually want to try and score and win against the team.
So ladies, have you ever played on like a full-size pitch before? Is that like a dream? What, moving forwards, is there something that you want to carry on doing, or is it just something that's good enough for now? Or is it something, we've got two fantastic coaches, are we looking at potentially another two coaches in the coming years? What's the future in terms of sports?
In terms of sports, I do want to pursue a career in coaching. I recently finished the West Ham coaching course.
Oh, brilliant.
Program. Yeah, it was at Brentford. And then coach.
So tell us a little bit about the coach. What did it entail? What's it in regards to?
So Coach Yasmin led that for us, and then it was me and a couple other girls. We went to, the whole idea was based around football, because during the weeks that I went, there was always a football game going on. So she would get us to like plan little drills and act like the coaches. Then we'd go and do it to the actual girls, and then it felt nice knowing that they enjoyed our games and what we created for them. And even the parents, we got feedback. The parents loved it. They enjoyed our unique ideas and everything.
Brilliant. Sister Shmaila, it's problematic across the board. It's not just within the Muslim community. A lot of people suffer from mental health issues. What would be your pitch to people that maybe aren't active? Do you think getting active, whether that's through football or any other means, is it a good way to actually tackle that block mentally in terms of being active? I think a lot of people, they go into some kind of depression, and then they're just stuck at home, or they don't want to actually engage or do anything in terms of physical activity. Would you profess to say that actually doing physical activities is paramount to the health of people's mental health?
100%. I believe, and I feel that I kind of went through the same sort of thing. I got divorced back in 2018, and playing football helped me a lot. And there's so many ladies and girls that I have come across with any sort of just school stress, something a little bit less stressful, and then there's people who have major family or household issues. I think playing sports takes their mind off it. It gives them that outlet from everything that's going on that they don't want to be thinking about. And then at the end of it, as I mentioned earlier, that buzz you get out of it, it's just really, really amazing. And I've known so many people who have come down and they've said that this is, made my life so much easier. Not only are they getting fit, they're not thinking about troubles in their life. And mentally it helps them.
It's like an escape for an hour or two from everything that's going on around them.
I think it's really, really important. I would say to not only women who have kids, mothers, and even grandmothers. I've had grandmothers in my sessions as well in the past. But I also say to them to encourage their girls, especially girls, because they feel like they don't belong or they can't play because sports is maybe a way thing to do, but it's not. There's so much there is a lot out there, not enough, but but there is still a lot out there that if you look around, you'll find sessions like Hijab Ballers and MSA sessions that are going on. And yeah, I think parents should encourage their children, and children should speak up and ask their parents.
Brilliant.
Inshallah.
Dua, so again, like at your friend circle, your siblings, your cousins, your immediate family, are you an inspiration to them, or are you the weird one that likes football, or how is it perceived in your family that you're so sporty?
I'm an only child, so I don't have any siblings.
Okay.
I live with my 2 uncles, my grandma and my mum.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they quite like it when I go out and do different activities, and like I think like proud that I do stuff with other children. They might not like stuff like that, and maybe like they should also be encouraged to do stuff like that, because it's just something fun they can do.
What about like your school friends and stuff like that? Are they sporty, or are they like, no, that's the last thing we do, play sports?
My best friend, she plays football, and I think when we was younger, we both did the exact same things, the same activities like ballet, karate, swimming and stuff like that. So we share a lot of interest in that type of thing.
Alhamdulillah. But it's also like your friend circle from mum's obviously very sporty, so I don't think you've got much of a choice there. But generally from friend circle, are they really into sports as well?
Yeah, I have a couple friends, but they're not that into sports. I'm more of I feel as if I'm more of the outcasted one. Like, yeah, because I enjoy like moving my body, getting out there, just feeling good. Because but when I move personally, I like feel the endorphins being released, and we all know what happens with endorphins. It gives you the happy chemicals. So yeah, it makes you feel.
Mashallah, we're getting a little science lesson today as well on top of the football.
This is all I talk about, guys.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, alhamdulillah, we're coming very, very close to iftar time. We're going to take another short break. Just before I take the short break, I'm really, really thankful for the coaches and the participants to come in. And the reason that we're doing this show is to actually showcase that in a halal environment, again, it's all female as well, that these sessions take place. We want to encourage young girls to, number one, to show them that there is the opportunity there, and then number two, if there are any concerns with the parents, to obviously get rid of those perceptions or any qualms that they may have. So please do stay tuned. We're going to come back for the last segment, which will have a new host. We're going to have Sister Noor Jahan being the host for this segment, as she'll take us all the way to Iftari. Please do keep it locked on Revive FM.
Have I lost my mind?
Taking your bra off at the end of the day feels great.
Imagine a world where every young mind is given the chance to flourish and thrive. Thanks to your kind donations, this dream can become a reality this Ramadan. Minhaj Welfare Foundation is the driving force behind over 600 educational institutions and have provided over 250,000 scholarships. With only £15 per month or £160 per year, you can pay for a student's education, shaping futures and creating a world where education is not a luxury, but a right for all. The donor will receive an education progress report. To donate your zakat, sadaqah or charitable donations, visit your local MWF office at 12 Carr Road, Nelson, BB9 7JS. Call us on 01282 723 455 or visit our website at www.minhajwelfare.org. Stay connected on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for the latest videos and updates.
Hey Sainsbury's, how can I ace iftar after work?
We've got savings on all the staples, like Tahira Kudri dates for breaking your fast, down from £3.50 to £2.50 with Nectar. Plus, grab a 5-kilo bag of East End Chuckiata flour, usually £10.75, now £6.75 with Nectar.
At this rate, I'll invite the neighbours too.
For big savings this Ramadan, ask Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's, good food for all of us.
Nectar required, 18 plus, subject to availability in selected stores and online. Excludes locals, ends 30th of March.
Minhaj School of Islamic Sciences provides quality Islamic education for children aged between 5 and 15 years old. As well as teaching classical Islam, including tajweed, fiqh, seerah and aqidah, we endeavor to equip children with essential Islamic manners, morals, and values. Here at MSIS, our experienced teachers create an inspirational learning environment.
क्या आप दूसरे मुल्कों में पैसे भेजने के तरीके फराहम करते हैं जैसे कि हवाला के जरिए? तो फिर
Revive FM 94.0 on the radio, on your mobile, and online.
पहले वाले कमरे में यार.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. I've got the last, I think, 9 minutes or so to go live with you guys. So I've got with me Dua Jannah, I've got Coach Shaimala, and I've got Sumaya. So I'm going to ask you questions, guys, about what we did in our last few sessions, because we had quite a few where we were indoor and outdoor. We had about 2 sessions outdoor. So I'm going to just ask you, what could you improve in the sessions that we did with Hijabi Ballers? Anything to improve?
Definitely, there was anything we could improve. Or just more outdoor sessions, which I know would be upcoming in summer, because I think outdoor sessions were more fun.
Okay, that's great. And Sumaya, anything you wanted to improve in the sessions?
I agree with her. We should have outdoor sessions, and I think we should have maybe a session twice a week.
Or twice a week?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you know how we do it on Thursday? You can maybe do it on a Tuesday or a weekend. Just a little idea.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. I can, give that forward. Okay. Would you recommend this to other girls and friends?
Yeah, I would recommend it because normally I'm scared of social girl things. However, this was actually not that bad. It was really, really good, and it had a positive impact and experience to me. So I recommend it to other girls so they can try it out and just see for themselves and just see how they feel about it.
Okay, and Dua Jannah?
I would agree as well, because of some other girls, they might not know where to look, and it's like you're spreading the word to them, so they know like they've got the word from you, and then they might feel like, oh, I've got a friend that's told me about this, I can go and I can make new friends as well.
Okay, great. And Coach Shaimala, would you like to add anything to the sessions that we've been doing together? Is there anything that you'd like to improve?
I think the sessions have been amazing. It's just amazing to have something like this in Newham. I live in Newham. I've been born and brought up in Newham myself. So not finding something like this, especially for our Muslim girls, is quite difficult. I went out to Redbridge with my girls to do a lot of sports, which is not far, but it's nice we tried a few sessions here and there in Newham. It didn't work out, but this is lovely. We have a lot of numbers, alhamdulillah. And the girls, they enjoy it. You can see the smiles, the excitement, the passion comes out. I mean, when I look at them, I see myself, I'll be honest with you. So alhamdulillah, it's just been really amazing. Just to continue really, and to be able to give that outlet to the young girls, it's amazing. Alhamdulillah. And jazakallah khair to whoever's organizing everything, Revive FM and the sponsors.
Yes, I feel like there's a great opportunity there for young girls to participate. So we're really glad, like part of the team, that there's so many participants. It was really nice to see, isn't it?
Alhamdulillah.
So it's really, really good. What do you feel about the importance of it being female only? Like, what do you feel about that? About the Hijabi Ballers? Dua Jannah?
I think people would feel more comfortable being around females only, and also like you can just be yourself, and like you don't have to like put on an act. Like you can just be yourself, be like who you want to be in front of your friends, make new friends.
Great. And Sumaya?
The only thing I like about it is that I'm able to take my hijab off, and we don't need to worry about anyone seeing it or anybody looking at it. And we can just be free, because this hijab does not work well with sports. Okay, I need to get a little slip on Nike sports hijab or something, because it's really bad. I think it messes my skin up as well, guys.
Okay. So maybe that's another suggestion. You could probably recommend whoever organising this part of Revive FM, maybe they can provide us with the pro hijab. Coach Shaimala, you've used it previously, haven't you?
Yeah, we had actually quite a few different companies provide the sports hijabs for our girls through MSA, Muslimah Sports Association. So that would be a good idea. However, it is nice to have an indoor or even an outdoor space if one is available where there's no men, where girls can actually take off their hijabs and play in comfortable gear without. It's much more comfortable, isn't it, for them? So either way, if there's no outdoor space, because outdoor is fun, available without people, other male figures around, then yeah, the slip-on scarves are amazing. But for indoor girls, it's lovely. And just having that female-only environment is not only good for the girls themselves, but even for us coaches. It's lovely to be able to coach girls without having, anyone else get involved. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, it's amazing.
Okay, that's great. Anything else you guys want to add?
How do you feel about the way you coaches coach?
Oh, yeah. So me and Shaima are quite similar. We just follow our warm up, get some drills happening so we can obviously put it into the game, and then we have a game which then sometimes me and Coach Shaimala will work together and be like, oh, actually the girls might need a little drill on passing, so we've incorporate that in our drills because maybe in the play we didn't see much of that happening. So it's kind of like we kind of have to test it out, like see how it goes, and then we kind of liaise together and then we set something up. But yeah, I feel like we did quite a good job.
Alhamdulillah, it's nice to see the girls evolve over the few sessions that we've done, from being afraid at first or awkward to enjoying themselves, and then we've also been able to figure out who plays well in what section of their team, and yeah, it's nice to put everyone in teams and seeing how you guys have evolved and gotten to know each other. And yeah, alhamdulillah, it's been amazing.
So just to wrap it up, who's looking forward to coming back to Hijab Ballers?
Definitely,
Inshallah.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure to teach the girls.
Yes,
Mashallah.
Definitely. Yeah. So all good. We're going to come back, and obviously, whoever's listening in now, do spread the word that it happens on a Thursday between 6 to 8 p.m. and we want more girls as well. We've got a nice number, but we would like some more girls as well to come and take this opportunity, because these opportunities, they don't happen so often. So I feel like if there is an opportunity there, grab it. And you girls, Dua, Jannah and Sumaya, thank you for coming along, and do tell other people and other girls, there's going to be Hijabi Ballers happening soon. We'll get the dates out soon, and it should be happening pretty soon, I think straight after Ramadan. Thank you, Shaimala, for coming in as well.
Thank you, Nurjahan, sister.
And thank you, girls, for coming in. And we are going to end it there. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
This iftari is sponsored by the Wahbeh restaurant in Gants Hill, Ilford, and Plashet Carpets in Upton Park.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم إني لك صمت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. وصلى الله تعالى على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا